how do I tell this story? Let me take you back. I got married when I was really young. I was 22. Our house burnt down. My dad passed on. This was in Nakuru. One day, we got a call from the doctor telling us it's only fit that he tells us about our mom, because if he doesn't, things are going to get thick and they might they might send her body to Kenya. And all of us are like, what? To be very honest, I did 8 art reels for 10K.
Hi guys, I'm here to introduce to you Pocket Broker. Pocket Broker is a reliable trading platform. In case you're there and you're looking for the best platform to trade with, Pocket Broker is definitely for you. What you need to do is to click the link down below, use my code, and then you start your trading journey.
Hello guys, welcome to the Mungai Ave Show, and on today's episode we are having one of the greatest minds that we can ever have in 254 and globally. She's an amazing artist. She does animations, name it all. She's amazing, guys. We're having one and only Wix. Hi Wix.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. What an intro. Thank you.
You're welcome. Congratulations. I saw you won an award.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
A lot. Yeah.
Anyway, maybe to somebody who doesn't know you, you can introduce yourself.
So thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you are amazing. I love this new rebranding. It really suits you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So my name is Wix Mangutha. I am a visual storyteller. I like explaining it as using anything that I see and anything I touch to create art. So basically anything. It could be water, masks, whatever. Yeah.
Okay, talking of visual storytelling,
yes.
I think it's something that is not very common in our country. I'd like to know what inspired you to this journey and how did you find yourself in this space?
So I came out, I don't know what other word to use, but I came out in 2020 and starting out, I never thought of it as anything like a big deal, because stuff you do at home, it's stuff I had been doing at home since I was 13, and I never thought it was anything special. If anything, I thought it was weird, because I had never gone to anyone's house and I find kids creating art using flour or using water, or I don't know it. Yeah, so I never thought of it as such a big deal, but I started no, I won't say the year, but yeah, I was 13 years old. So never actually shared with anyone online about my work, because I never thought it was really cool, so to say. So yeah.
Okay, of course, I have seen your story and you shared that you did so many other degrees before you found yourself into art. So I'd like to know what pushed you to go for it.
Hey, you. My story, so let me say, I feel like at the age of 13, when you're a teenager, that's when you really start knowing yourself and what you're about and the things you love, the things you're passionate about, and the talents that you have. So at 13, I knew I was in it, art-wise, because my mom, my sisters, they will support me, buy for me art supplies, be it the sketch pads, what do you call them? The colors, you name it. They bought for me all of it. So started doing art when I was 13. Then I think, when life happens, I feel like that's the time you really discover yourself. So life really happened at home. Sorry, I'm getting to your answer.
It's okay, no problem.
So growing up, went through a lot of stuff, from losing my brother. So we were 5 girls, 1 brother. So losing my brother.
Younger brother?
Older.
Older brother.
Yeah, older brother. His name was Ben. Losing my dad. Before losing my dad, our house burning.
Yeah.
So we used to live in Nakuru, a nice house. our life was, to be quite honest, we were doing so well. My parents were doing so well for themselves. To losing my dad in the same year. So the house and my dad lost them in the same year. And then before my dad passing on, he was like really, really sick and well. He was epileptic. So my mom had quit her job to take care of him. So by the time the house is burning, I mean, my mom doesn't have a job. My dad was an engineer. He was doing so well for himself at the time. But he had stopped working because now
The sickness.
Yeah, the sickness. Like he wasn't doing so well. So it's like we went from riches to rags because now we don't have a home. My siblings and I didn't go to school for some time because, I mean,
You're still in primary or in high
yeah,
school?
in primary, like things are so thick. So I think by the time I'm going back to school, that's the time I started comparing myself to other kids. You know, feeling like life is really happening for them, but for me it felt like
They are better off.
yeah, they're better off. Like for us, we didn't know where our next meal would come. It felt like I'm just going to school for the sake of going. While when I get home, like things are not so well, so good. So anyway, so started comparing myself to other kids, to even the nitty gritties. You know, like even how they write, how they play, how they think, if they have glasses or not. Like it was ugly. What I didn't know is that it was really playing with my mind, because now I will grow up and continue comparing myself to other people. So went to high school and I continued comparing myself to other people, based on where they live, how well they are doing in their families, like the shopping they come to school with, the pocket money, how much pocket money, you know, such stuff. And me, I'll feel like I don't have enough. I'll always feel like there's always someone cooler in the room. So finished high school, and then now got
But by that time,
scholarship.
did you ever realize that you have a problem? Or you have a habit of comparing yourself?
Well, my mom would point it out once in
Okay.
a while, but I never thought much of it. Like she'll be like, I think you think you're. She never pointed it out like directly and in a harsh way. She'll just be like, I think you think Eve. Let me use as an example. I think you think Eve is better than you because you're looking at her and thinking whatever she has you don't have. Like don't think about the things that she has that you don't have. Just consider like the things that you have good enough to propel you. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like I knew, but then I didn't know. It's stuff you know about yourself, but you've never like really told yourself the truth. So finished high school, then hey, came to the outside world. Now this is where I would start doing a degree because maybe someone else is doing.
Hey.
Yeah. So got a scholarship. The thing with scholarships, if you fail, then they can't continue supporting
drop
you.
you.
And things weren't so well at home because, let me take you back. So we used to live in Nakuru. So when I'm telling you our house burnt down, my dad passed on. Our house burnt down, my dad passed on. This was in Nakuru. So it got to a point my mom was like telling my older sisters, Aki, if you find any greater opportunities out there that you feel like if you go chase them, like it will be good for you, do so. So by the time we were coming to Nairobi, my sisters had moved out. Two had gone to France. One had gone to Australia. One was in high school, boarding school. So I was the one at home. And then now by the time I'm finishing high school, now all my older sisters were gone, and the one I'm a fifth born, the last born. So the fourth born had already left home, gotten married, relocated. So I was the only one in Kenya, and it continued for quite some time. So did business administration, human resource management, and then computer science.
All this time, I
Yeah.
never thought of art at all.
No, never thought of art. If anything, all these 3 degrees I'm telling you about, I've gone for a family meeting. There's a cousin there. Oh, so how do you do business admin? Cool. You look like you have money. You dress like you have money. You smell of money. So I'll do the degree just because I want to be cooler than you the next time we come into that space. Then next time my sister was doing computer science. She was doing so well. The husband had done computer science. He was doing so well. They were working at leading tech companies in the world. So I was like, correct. This is it. So went, did that, and truthfully,
And how was your mom taking it? Like you're always
Yeah.
going back to school, but
Yeah.
doing these degrees, but none
Yeah.
of them you're pursuing.
My mom was, honestly, it's like she really tried telling me, but it's like at the same time she's looking at me. I'm not growing any younger. So she's like, okay, so, because even computer science, so the first 2 degrees were scholarships. Then computer science, I had seen now my sister doing really well. And I told my mom, Mom, what do you think about computer science? And my mom was like, okay, because now things had started getting better at home. Like things like really changed. Like I feel like my life, you know how they say like how you are is mostly how your character right now is, a lot of it has to do with how you were raised and the things you went through as a kid. So for me, I felt like constantly my life was changing. So when we lived in Nakuru, our house burning down, losing my bro, losing my dad, like going from riches to rags, and then now things have gone from being huku chini to again to meshoot. Like things, we are doing so well. My mama is doing so well. So anyway, she took me to day studied computer science. And mind you, all this time I'm doing so well in these degrees because I mean, sizi kwa I've copied you and I'm not doing well. Like, I have to do well. So in all of them got first class. And then finished school. So let me now bring you to 2019. This is the year that, I keep saying like 2019, I experienced highs of highs and the lowest of lows. So in 2019, in January, so 2018, my mom said, see, now all my kids are done with school, all of you are married. Oh, now how do I tell this story? Let me take you back. I'll bring you back to 2018. Please remind me. So in 2016, I got married. I got married when I was really young. I was 22.
And how did your mom take it?
My mom, she was okay. Like she really liked Walter. Walter is my husband. So Walter, I knew Walter through my sister. They were best friends in campus. So they used to they were in the same squad. I think they were like 10, I don't know. So they used to hope houses, visiting each other. So that's how I met Walter. And then when he wanted to date me, he approached my mom. So him and my mom had a good relationship. And at the time, my sisters also got married when they were really young, 22, 23. So it wasn't an issue for her really. So got married when I was 22.
Legal? Like you did a wedding or you just...
Yeah, a wedding.
Okay.
Did the whole process. I think Rorashio, Itara. No, kuhandegeze,
Idhege.
idhege,
Yeah.
and then rorashio, and then itara,
And-
and then the wedding,
yeah.
the white wedding. Yeah, so I was in second year in this, now the final degree, the third one. So
Maybe a quick one,
Yeah.
like, of course, you are pursuing all this.
Yeah.
You are doing all these degrees.
Yeah.
You still had not discovered yourself, what exactly you want to do.
Yeah.
What made you feel like, you know what, I'm okay to settle?
For the wedding.
For the marriage.
For the marriage. Oh yeah, wedding is 6 hours, marriage is like forever.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. When it came to love, now that's the weird thing. When it came to love, like, hey, I think I really wanted someone who understood me, and when it came to love, I never looked at someone's love story and be like, I want that.
Yeah,
Like,
at least that one.
yeah, whew, thank God. But everything else, from even how I would dress, yeah, to even how I would talk, to it's like I didn't have my own identity, because I'll pick a bit here, a bit there, a bit there, a bit there. So I ended up losing myself. You know what I mean? Like, it's like I have kidogo, Eve, 2%, 2%, you know. Yeah, but when it came to love, not really. It was more about how I look, and my career. So in the process, by the way, you'll keep reminding me, because I feel like I'm jumping. So in the process of me even not knowing myself, like when I was in uni, I was a model, I was a baker.
Yeah, I saw that.
I did so many things. Like, there's even a time I worked in Westlands, selling some power saving gadgets, because I saw someone do it and they looked so cool. So I was shop hopping. Hi Abasi, so there's this power saving gadget, would you like it? Yeah. So I mean, I really hustled, but you know, you can be so good at making a meal that no one even loves. And that's the thing about chasing other people's dreams. When you're not chasing your own, I don't know, there's something about human beings, like we can sense it. It's just like you, not to compliment you, but with this new brand, it feels like you're at home. So anyway, so let me go back to 20. Oh yeah, so got married when I was in second year.
Yeah.
So for the 2 years, I'll just draw at home. Even Walter, my husband, will see. He'll tell me, how about you share our work online? Like, why? Like, when it's my own, it's never that cool. But when it's someone else doing it and
Yeah.
looking cool, then I'm like, okay, Sawa, let's
And
do
you
it.
never saw maybe somebody doing the drawing and you thought they were cool, so that you can keep going.
No, artists do an incredible job, but they never look cool. To be quite honest, most artists look broke. Either it's because, as I'm continuing to do it, it's because your mind is so fixated on the projects, and you never think so much about yourself, how you look, how, like, there's a way artists express themselves. And I feel they do so best in their art and not in how they look.
Yeah.
You know, like, for me, it was always about the money, to be quite honest. Do you look like money? Do what makes people be attracted to you? And it has always been three things. At the time, it was always three things. It was power, fame, and wealth. So if you don't have these three, what should I take from you? Anyway, so 2018, my mom moves to the US. She said that was going to be her first stop, because she was touring the world, because now all her kids are married. Now she's at home solo. In fact, everyone was like, go mama, all the best.
Yeah.
And then she got stuck at the US for so long, and all of us are wondering.
Like how long?
Because she went in October 2018, So she was there October, November, December. I mean, if you're touring the world, shouldn't you be like in a country for a short time and then go to the next?
So in the US, she went to maybe your relative, or she just went by herself?
No, so we later came to find out she went there for chemo. Like because chemo, when you start doing chemotherapy, like it even changes how you look, your body, so she went there. She was there for quite some time, and she'll even send her photos, and then over time you see she's lost weight on the photos. We'd see it was very clear. And you ask her and she's like, oh, no, me, I'm fine. Maybe it's the food, because my sisters had been to the US. I've never been to the US. So all of them will concur with her, like, yeah, it's the food, don't worry, mom is fine. Because the food, like everyone in our family, I don't think they eat much. And then it got to some point my mom wasn't calling video calls. Like, she wouldn't do video calls. Like, if you want to talk to me, let's do a text. It started being kidogo weird. That's not her. And then now one day we got a call from the doctor telling us it's only fit that he tells us about our mom, because if he doesn't, things are going to get thick and they might they might send her body to Kenya. And all of us are like, what do you mean? So he tells us my mom has cancer. And my mom was a nutritionist. That person you look at and you feel like there's nothing health related that can ever shake them. Yeah. That was my mom. Like, she taught most of my sisters when she was in school. She was a nutritionist. Always eat healthy. Like, even at home we would have fruits before meals. Like, we had some weird rules that I feel like nutritionists have. The news really shocked us, because and then I think after, actually this is something I've never even said, but we came to find out around that time that she had cancer for a long time. She had cancer for years.
And she knew?
And she never shared with us. I think after that, there are so many things after her passing on that I really thought about. One of them being, I don't think I'd like to be keeping secrets. And no offense to anyone who keeps secrets, but sometimes I feel like, especially parents, they keep secrets from kids wanting to protect them, then they turn out hurting them. Because it's not that we would have done anything, but I don't know, I'd have loved to be there for her for those years.
So she carried the burden by herself over the
burden.
years.
Yes.
Even the tour to the world, it was to go for medication.
Yes. So it was never. Yeah. Anyway, I feel like sometimes you rob people some stuff when you keep secrets from them. Because, like, for my mom, I felt like she robbed us that time we have shared with her. Anyway, so one of my sisters, when she used to live in Estonia, went from Estonia to the US to take my mom. They traveled back to the country. So it was Walter and I who took her to the airport to go tour the world. And now it was us guys, all her daughters, going to pick them up, because now my sisters had come back from the different countries, and then they had come to Kenya. So my sister Sarah went to pick her. They had come into the country, and she was like, she looked weak. She
was able to walk?
No, she came in a wheelchair. The airport, I think, has some wheelchairs they offer to people. So yeah, she came back she couldn't walk. She was
How was she when
weak.
living?
She was so slim. She was slender kabisa. Alikuwa ameisha. So because now everyone lives far now, our home with Walter, my home and Walter's home is now everyone's home. So guys came to stay with us. We took another house, rented it out. So now, so that it will be easy for us to take care of mom. So she stayed with us for 17 days before she passed on. But before she did, a lot happened. There's nothing as hard as having to give someone you love like medicine and taking care of them. All of us were not sleeping. Constantly we will have 100+ guests coming in, so we have to cook for them, be there for mom, cater for her. And then one day my mom had a burst of energy, like she wanted to go bask, she wanted to sit in the living room and watch TV with us. She just wanted to spend a lot of time with us. She wanted to go to Thika because she grew up there. She wanted to have pineapples. She wasn't even eating. She had catheters. So she was like, imagine I can do it. And for real, she had a burst of energy because even her like sitting by herself upright, it was an issue. So we thought, hey, honestly and truly, mom is getting better. Hey, so si tunapigia nurse, like her home nurse, we're like, hey, I think she's getting better. And the nurse didn't look like pleased at all. Like she was like, guys, it's time to say your goodbyes. I'm just like, what do you mean? She's getting better. If you've never experienced something like that, it would feel like there's hope, you know. So she started calling us in one by one, her kids. Then, yeah, in order, of course, from the firstborn to the lastborn. I being the lastborn, I went in. And then she was like, come in with Walter. Yeah, there's someone who needs to hear this as I'm telling you. And she's like, you know, like she, zero chills. I think she was like, it's like she knew deep down, like, this is it. So she had her last words prepared for everyone. It was like, you know, weeks. So our photos, actually, I've never even said this, because it was our home. Like my photos with Walter were on the wall. So she'd look at me and she'll be like, oh, so the photos had the ear down here. So like the photo, and then if it's 2016, 2017, and she'll be like, you know, remember this photo? Like here, you look happy, but on this photo you are chasing so and so's dream, so and so's dream.
So she could actually remember.
Yeah, and me, I'm thinking, where are we heading? Because my sisters will come out of the room crying, saying how mom was so sweet. And she's like, all your life weeks, you've been chasing other people's dreams. You see someone with something you like, you want the exact same thing. Maybe the day you stop chasing those people's dreams and start doing what you love, that will be the day, like, you'll achieve a lot. That will be the day you'll be the best version of yourself. And so Walter was there. Actually, it's Walter who asked her, so what is her dream? And she was like, she said that first she thought it was sign language, because in primary school I learned a bit of sign language. I know a bit. And then she was like, she didn't see me put any effort into it after. And then she thought it was cooking, but I used to love cooking, but it's not my dream. Then she said, but you know, one thing that has been a constant, it's the art that you do. And she was like, the day you start chasing that, oh, you love it. And then she gave Walter his flowers. And I was shocked, Eve. I was shocked. I remember going into a room and I'm asking Walter. I was in denial. I was asking Walter, as in all this time, if it's modeling, I've done my best. If it's baking, I've been baking and making money. Oh, after high school, my mom used to tell us, by the way, that's the end of me giving you pocket money. So it was up to you to work hard and make money for yourself. So I started baking, baked even wedding cakes. Like if it's all these 3 degrees, I mean, nimepata first class, give me my flowers. Anyway.
You felt like everybody who went to the room got some good news.
Yeah, they got some good news, but for me, I felt like, a kiboko. So anyway, my mom didn't stay long after that. She passed on, and she stayed with us for 17 days. After that, my sisters left the country.
After she passed now?
After she passed, that's when my world came crumbling down. Because I had graduated the same year. That's why I was telling you, I experienced highs of highs. Graduating computer science wasn't easy, but yeah, that's the same year I graduated. So after my sisters left, because now they've left, their husbands have left, their kids have left, now it was quiet. It was just Walter and I think it started hitting me, everything that has happened in that 1 month, and that year in general, 2019. Like, I didn't want to see anyone I had seen during that time. My mom, not her friends, not my aunties, not my uncles, not my sisters. But now I'm with Walter. I just want to be in my zone, and I have so many questions that no one will answer. So, like I was telling Phil, for 63 days I didn't talk.
So you just used to be silent?
I just used to be silent. Like Walter would talk to me, I wouldn't talk back.
What about eating and everything?
I would eat, but I wouldn't talk.
You at all?
Yeah.
Even with other people on phone?
Yeah, I was constantly crying. Truly and honestly, I was depressed. Walter got for me a therapist. After 2 weeks, the therapist called Walter. Yeah, she was like, Aki nimejaribu. I have tried. And then now for Walter, you know, sometimes when I talk about him, it feels like ni mapenzi tu, but truly and honestly, that time, you know, when you say for better for worse, when you're getting married, it feels like you're just saying words, because at the time I was 22, it felt like
something that is being said when people are getting married.
But when life happens, that's when you know your person for sure. So Walter would tell me, tomorrow I'm going to site, I'm going to Mombasa, I'm going wherever, I'm going to Nanyuki, and he would find me in the car waiting. He would tell me, would you like me to like, if it's Mombasa, would you like me to book flights for the 2 of us? Will you be coming? Like, constantly he was hoping.
I mean, how would you answer?
I would talk. Imagine I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
You're just silent. He does what he wants.
So for Mombasa, he went twice. He bought the tickets. Was like, if you're going to show up, sawa. If I wouldn't, I don't know what he would have done. But yeah, he was really patient with me, honestly. So for Nanyuki, he'll tell me I'm leaving at 5. At 5, he'll find me at the driver's seat, seated, waiting for him.
So you used to wake up, get ready fast before him?
Yeah, even him, as he's getting ready. The house was a 2-bedroom house, so he'll get ready in one bathroom because it's early in the morning. Anyway, so he'll find me in the car, whatever. We'll leave the house together, and then I think after another 2 months, so he will call my sisters, my relatives, ask them nifanye nini. So even my sisters were like, Aki bro, even us guys don't know, because she hasn't talked to any of us. It, when it happened in our house, because that's where mom used to stay and take her medicine, and the house really smelled like her medicine. We had sorted out the clothes, but her notebooks were at home, constantly looking for answers in her Bible. Like I'll even peruse through the Bible, her notebooks, look for answers like, has she written something about me that maybe I should know, maybe it will help me. Wanting answers from someone who doesn't exist anymore it's so hard. I think
What are some of the things that you felt like you wanted to know?
one, why did
Sorry.
guy, tulidhani tulimaliza kulia kwa pili.
Sorry.
Why did it take her so
So long.
long to tell me? And then even about her sickness, like why
Did she
didn't
keep
she
it a
ever
secret?
share? It felt like, because now she had kept that as a secret, it felt like, and she hadn't told me about the comparing thing, like straight up. It felt like there were so many other things that she never said. So it felt like a heap of secrets. I remember at the time thinking, I will never do this to my kids if I ever get kids. I would never want to do that to my sisters, not to my friends. Like when things are thick between us, let's deal with it. Tuiweke tu kwa meza tuseme, imagine hii ndio issue. And then I would want to know, like, where do I start from? Like, it felt like she was the only one with an answer.
Yeah.
Because now I've done all these 3 degrees for someone to come and tell me, it felt like they didn't matter anymore. So anyway, so finally after 63 days, like I could see the pain in Walter's eyes and even his voice. Like, he was like, me, I just want you to know I'm with you through it all. Like, it doesn't matter like how thick things are. Like, and for me at the same time I'm thinking, Aki, sijawai, ever since I got married, I've never, like Walter constantly was the breadwinner. I wanted to really contribute to that. And it felt like not the chance that I had, because now I've just graduated, I should get to work, like, and start contributing to this dream of ours. As in, sina hiyo. Anyway, so he talked to me, he told me if you could just talk to me. Hata zile hawa watu wengine wa dunia, imagine you don't have to talk to them. So yeah, we talked through it. Decided to move.
So after
slowly.
63 days, that was the first day you talked?
Yeah, that's the first day we talked. It was at night. We talked for long, till like, I think like 4 a.m.
So all you used to do was crying, or you were just silent?
Cry. Because Walter will have to go to work, site visits. He's an architect. So site visits, whatever. When he goes, sometimes he will go for 2-3 days. I will constantly pray. I don't, it's easy to think of even harming yourself.
Yeah.
Like, truly and honestly, if I'm being totally honest, what held me down at that time was the love I have for Walter. Anyway. Okay, so after that, he was like, I'll be patient with you. You don't have to get to work like immediately, get to working immediately. So anyway, so I started getting better, started talking to my sisters, pole too, over time. And then when I was in Daystar, companies used to come to school and ask for like students that they could work with. So one of my lecturers had given out my details, my information to a brand, to a company, let me not mention it. So they were expecting me to start working with them. I had written them an email when my mom passed on to give me time. Like, I just lost my mom, yeah, I'll get to it. Anyway, so decided, sawa, let me try. Juu hata sijui art naanzia wapi. Like, the only people I know who do art, I was never keen to even look at artists. The only people I know who do art, either I meet them at an exhibition, or go to a gallery, or I don't know, go to malls. So I was like, let me start working as I try figure out like how to go about the art thing. So I tried working in that company for 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yeah, 2 weeks. I couldn't, because then it kept ringing in my head. And then went to a restaurant, sat at a corner. I decided, okay, so let me start where I know I can. I used to be, I did so many things. I was a travel vlogger at some point.
Oh yeah.
Because I'll see like people like really do well in that space. Kina McQueen's, I don't know if you know McQueen's, but he's a guy who travels the world tasting food, and yeah. Anyway, so I really wanted to be like him at some point. So I had a YouTube channel and my Instagram. Okay, it was at 2,000, 3,000. At the time, it looked like a good number to start. I was like, okay, so went for a meeting, Kajita meeting. That was the very first time, like I've never gone for a meeting solo, and told myself, okay, this is what you need to do, noted it down. I was like, told Walter, is it okay if you give me an year, like just 1 year, see where this content creation thing takes me? I was like, okay, sawa. Like, truthfully, he was very patient. I was like, okay, sawa. And then I was like, but I'm not used to critique. Like, the internet can be kidogo harsh. I was like, do you mind if we start the two of us? I was like, okay, sawa. But you could tell he's really hesitating. Then COVID hit. So during COVID, started creating with him, and sharing, and then it got to a point now. Guys started going back to work, but yeah, it's like things started. I don't want to say normal, but you know what I mean. Like it wasn't as
tight
heavy,
as it was.
Yeah. So Walter was like, "Hey, I'm sorry, I can't." Because remember, when I used to travel vlog and everything, we used to do it with Walter, who will be the one to edit. So by this time, he's taught me a few things here and there. So now Walter ameenda.
So basically, we're doing like more of a couple content.
Yeah, couple content. And then he's like, I just think you should just start sharing art, honestly. So started sharing art, but I wouldn't show my face. I'll just show my hands, share it on Instagram, and then at the time X was Twitter. I only had like 20 followers. TikTok, I was doing nilikuwa tu, let's just say I was just existing. So I would post my work on Instagram and then end up seeing it on Twitter and TikTok, and it's gone viral, and I'm like, man, I should have put my name on it. So that's one thing I learned. Always put your name on it. No matter how crazy you think it is, put your name on it. Anyway,
what are some of the artworks that you did and saw them going viral?
So that's kitambo, but I can share them with you.
Okay.
And then you can, I don't know if you please. Anyway, so I will share them, and then please, now I'd start telling celebrities who shared them. Please, do you mind tagging me? It's going to boost me. Please, that work, it's me who's done, but I have nothing to prove. Like, I don't do nails because art. So it's hard really to tell if it's a chick, a guy, like it's really, really hard. So guys will tag me. There's even one that went on TV. I was like, oh my gosh. But at the same time, I really don't want to put my name on it, because I know if guys talk badly about it, then it will really hurt me, because that's the one thing
That you didn't like.
that I didn't like and I'm really good at. So if you kill my psyche on this, then now where do I go? And the person to ask these questions is gone. So anyway, continued sharing my work. 1 year inaenda kuisha hiyo. 1 year is almost over.
2020 now.
2020. So when I was asking Walter to give me 1 year, I think it was around 15th or 21st there, between 15th and 21st January of 2020. So December comes, and 12th December is Jamhuri Day.
Yeah.
So decided to do rice art. So colored rice, the Kenyan flag, there was red, there was black, there was green. For the white bit of the flag, I left the rice as it is. So waited for it to dry. Went bought food color, waited for it to dry, and then now arranged the rice, and then nika set camera and I shot. Hey, I was like, this is cool stuff. Honestly, I thought it was really, really cool. Walter was
Now with your face.
Yeah, with my face. I was like, sawa, mina. Yeah, like even wore a t-shirt. No, that was another one. That was for Women's Day. Anyway, shot it and I thought it was incredible. So Walter pulled up from work, and then I show it to him proudly. Nico, what do you think? He's like, it's cool, but I don't think that's our flag. I was like, what do you mean? Red, green, black, white? He was like, no. Our flag has a shield. So he was like, okay, you can post it. I wasn't used to critique. When you're a creative, you have to get used to critique. Otherwise, you'll constantly be lying to yourself your work is legit if you don't want critique. Anyway, akaniambia sawa basi you post it. Unajua vile someone can tell you in a dismissing way, like, okay, you post it if you want, like, don't ask me, but post it. It's like, sawa. Picked up the rice, separated it, started doing, rubbed, it was on a canvas, a white canvas, rubbed, and then drew the shield, pangat the rice, arranged it, and then as I'm arranging it, Walter is like, even as I'm doing it, Walter is like, smile kidogo, and I'm like, I'm so mad because time is going and this is the only day I can post this content.
Yeah,
if I don't post it today,
it's gone.
I can't post it any other day. Maybe I wait for next year, something like Labor Day or something. So I was like, okay, sawa. I got the rice, and then Walter decided to shoot for me in slow-mo, through it, and it came out so well. I was like, bring it. I had no time. Took the phone, edited the video actually on my phone this time, and then Walter was like, no, I think this time we should put your name on it. I was like, for real? Put my name on it? I was like, yeah, I can do that for you quickly. So he took it, put it on Premiere Pro, wrote my name, Weeks Mangutha, in the colors of the flag, and then I posted it. As per usual, up to date, I don't know about other content creators, but when I post content, me, my heart does the most. I post it, and then I make sure I've posted everywhere that I need to, and then I leave my phone. So I posted it, and then kachana na phone. So I always wake up early, so at like 3-4, looked at my phone and I had so many missed calls, so many messages, and gosh, the video had gone viral. I had posted it on Insta and X, Twitter. TikTok, I don't know who took it, but they posted it and it went viral, but honestly, I was grateful. Now, I thought I thought as a content creator, works comes
Immediately.
instantly. Like when you go viral, like kazi zinakuja. In fact, guys start fighting for you. Could you find it? Could you find it? Like, for 1 week, guys just shared my work. I didn't see any work coming in.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe they're talking about it in the boardrooms. Sis. Guys shared it for a week and then it was silent. I was like,
Did you release any other content at that particular moment, or you didn't?
yeah, I think I did, but even the other videos that used to go viral, none had gone viral like this one.
Okay.
And even after that, I posted more work, but none did as well as this one. So I was like, ni sawa. So January comes and
Now 2021.
2021. My time is almost up. Like ikifika 15th, 21st hapo my time is up because I told Walter give me 1 year.
But you're the one who gave yourself the timeline.
Yeah, but I think it's the pressure to contribute. Like, you know, by this time I had been married, I think like 4 years, and Walter was the breadwinner. Like I felt like I should also like contribute something into this marriage. So 2021 comes and then I get a call. I'll never forget her name. Her name was Irene. She was like, no one in this Nairobi has your number. Finally, I found you. I'm like, okay. Who are you? She's like, I'm Irene. I'm calling you from Safaricom. We've been looking for you. We want you to be one of our mentors. To come do Blaze, Safaricom Blaze 2021. I was like, yeah, like I didn't even care if they were paying. At the time I was just like, yeah. She was like, okay, Sawa, I've sent the contract, please let's meet tomorrow. And I was like, okay, Sawa. So the following day came. I don't even think I slept well. So the following day came, I think it was 8th. Yeah, it was 8th. I think 8th or 9th. Around there. That's the first time now. Oh yeah, so went for the meeting. During the meeting, that's the first time I met Kenna. Kenna is now my good friend, but that's the time I met him. So we did Safaricom Blaze, and now I was praying that now this is my breakthrough. I was really hoping that now, like, people have seen me and they've seen what I can do, and for sure they did. But now guys are coming in Wix has zero knowledge about the industry.
Yeah.
And at the time, no one really wanted to share much. I would inbox some people. How much do you charge? Like, what does your rate card look like? Because I had watched some YouTube videos saying influencers, content creators have rate cards. And at the same time, I was wondering, how does it work for someone like me who does art, which means I have to buy the art materials, then I have to shoot, to edit. Like, I needed someone to guide me. Actually, I never even asked Kenna. Kenna came for Blaze with his team. I was like, guy, you have like a whole team of people. Like, how do you even do this? Like, I never even thought to ask him. But I asked my friend Bahura. She was like, she was just starting out. She was like, actually, you when you know, just share with me the information. Yeah, so I decided I won't reply to the emails. Now this sounds weird, but I didn't reply to the emails that were coming in for work.
So you decided you're not going to reply to emails.
Yeah.
And you knew their jobs.
Yeah. I think the dilemma will come because I don't know how to go about it. I don't know how much to charge and everything.
Yeah. Did you share with Walter?
Yeah.
What was
even for him, this was such a new territory. Like, how do you even go about it? Anyway, so decided okay, let me take one job. Let me just take one job. Hey. So I took the job, and the whole time I'm doing the work, it was a month's campaign. I was like, mm-mm. So this is how influencers work. Like you get free stuff and then market, but the money doesn't feel like it's enough. To be very honest, I did 8 art reels for 10K.
8.
8
Hey.
for a month. And the whole time I'm thinking, the money wasn't even enough to buy the art
that you need
materials.
to create.
Yeah, that I need to create. The whole time I was complaining, I was like, hata kama it's chasing my own dreams. This is too thick. Anyway, so decided I won't now. After that, and I was like, yeah, clearly I shouldn't reply to the emails because you're laughing because you understand. But it was crazy, honestly. And then
But I understand that moment when somebody goes viral, everybody is on you, and some people want to take advantage, unfortunately.
Yeah, especially if you have zero knowledge.
Yes.
I was like, truly and honestly, I don't think this is how it goes. Because I'll even see content creators with videographers and editors and a team, and I'll think, like, Kena, who I just met, like, how do you even do this? Like, it's not sustainable, it doesn't make sense. Anyway, so I decided, okay, hold up, maybe I wait till like I meet the right people to work with or guide me or something. So it so happened that the same year 2021, I think it was around May. Yeah, it was May. Abel Mangutha was having his first live event. It was like I told Walter, how about we go for this? Because we were really looking for somewhere we could meet other content creators and network, and then we were just from COVID, so this felt like the ideal place. So, truly God watches over his people. So after the event, Abel sent one of his guys from his team, and then the whole time I'm thinking, how does he have all this team? Like there's someone shooting a video, kuna mtu anakimbia akipiga photos, he even has someone patting his face to wipe his sweat, and I'm just like, bro, aren't all these people being paid? Anyway, so he calls for me. He's like, I'm such a huge fan. Actually, he was one of...
He knew your work.
Yeah, he knew my work. He was one of the people I had sent a DM telling him, please, do you mind tagging me? That's my work. It's really going to boost me. You know, really, those times you sound like a desperate person, but anyway. So yeah, he suggested we do a lunch date, him and the wife and Walter. I was like, perfect. Because even I'm an introvert, when I'm meeting you for the first time, there's only so much I can say. Anyway, so we go for lunch and I tell them my dilemma, and they're like, si hatuoni shida hapo. Quick fast, we can get you someone. Yeah, we can recommend someone. So they recommended a lady, her name is Mudhani. And during Abel's event, I had met the same Mudhani who constantly, every time I do my work, so maybe I should explain how my work is. So my work, the kind of work I do is, I do the old school, the traditional animation. I go through animation the traditional way. I can do the digital way, but I feel like there's so many people in that space there are so many animators doing that, and they're doing an incredible job. I'm not saying they're not, but I wanted to be a bit different, which is a lot of work, because now it means drawing frame by frame. What that means is, first step in my creation is ideation. Come up with the idea. Second step is the tryout, which sometimes I really hate it, because you have to try out if the end result is going to work, like assuming if I'm working with glues and plastics, if it's going to hold till the end result, like it's done. Anyway, so there's drawing frame by frame. So, and most of the times I work with 30 frames per second. So every second of animation you see, it's 30 frames that have been drawn. Nikishuka chini sana, it's 24 frames per second. So I have to, if it's someone walking, I have to draw the first frame and then asonge kidogo, and that can take me up to 2 months sometimes. So it's a lot of work. So my hand will constantly be swollen because of moving the wrist and working. You see this stuff over here? It really swells sometimes, and it's really painful to the point I can't.
Because of drawing?
Yeah, and cutting stuff and everything. So anyway, my hand constantly, because it's swollen, most of the times I go to my Insta stories and I'm like, guys, my hand is swollen. I don't think for this season you'll be seeing anything from me, but that means fiti, like I'm good. So Noni used to constantly send me messages and tell me, go to a lady called Betty, she'll really sort you out, she's a physiotherapist, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so during adults event, my hand was swollen like nothing I'd ever experienced at the time. Because I had done an animation for 48 days. It was 1,000 plus frames. Those at the time, those were the most frames I had ever done. And because I'm solo, so there's drawing, and then when I finish drawing, there's the coloring. It was a lot. Anyway, it was an art in motion animation. So the animation was 13 seconds, but it took 48 days. Yeah. So anyway, so I had met Mudhoni, and Mudhoni was like, you didn't even go to see Betty. I gave you her number. Check your DM. Her number is there. You didn't go. Anyway, so by the time I'm meeting Mudhoni, it felt like I had known her kidogo from the DMs. Anyway, so started working with Mudhoni, and I remember our first meeting creating the rate card, and I'm like, Mudhoni does not make sense. I remember the ride going back home, I was telling Walter, this lady does not make any sense. Like, who is supposed to pay that money? Because in the budget, she had included, even for my hand, like physiotherapy after every project, every heavy project, I should go for physio. So anyway, it was a lot, but sasa tukapata a working system with Mudhoni over time. And she ended up being my manager.
Yeah. So that's how you started now understanding more about the industry and the value of your brand.
Yes, but now, yes, that's how I did. But now, I very early on, Mudhoni helped me understand that what I do, which is visual storytelling, is very different from influencing. Because if we are given the same product to advertise, for me, my aim with what I do as a visual storyteller is, even when a deaf person sees my work, they can be able to tell what I'm trying to communicate. Even with the art. So I didn't even want to use my voice when I was starting out.
So it reached the point when you started using your voice?
Yes.
Then you did?
Yeah, sometimes clients request for you to do a video. So the client is always right, that's what they say. But yeah. And then so now, because I used to do ideation, then create by myself, and then shoot by myself, so figure out the angles, and then edit by myself, it got to a point it was too much. Like, ilifika mahali I was breaking. Like, you can even start hating your work because you're trying to look like a super person. And that, I think now this was last year, 2023. I was like, this thing of wanting to look like a superwoman is making me look ugly. It's even making my character ugly. because I'd always have a bad mood because constantly it's me ideating and then create and then shoot and then edit. I'm not a master of all these things. So Walter will constantly tell me, scale up, get a team. And I'll be like, pesa, na hii pesa na as in, itatoka wapi? Walter is like, but for you, because now by this time I had started refusing work. Because brands, I couldn't handle more than a certain number of brands per month. So I was refusing work. So I was like, okay, maybe then it's time. So as we speak, I have my team. Some of them are here. I have a team. All of us together, we are 10. So got my own studio. Miniature broke. Bought machines for working. Cameras. Got a crew now. Yeah. So understanding that a brand is how I look, how I talk, how I walk. Yeah, so even went for those trainings. Yeah, and truly, honestly, I feel like it has worked. So it was super scary from going from 1 to 10 employees.
Okay, so now you've you went back and learned about your arts because you understand that before you had learned about other things. Okay, so
No,
you have not.
no, I have not.
So you're just doing it inborn.
Yes.
You're a genius.
I'm not, but truly and honestly, it's a heart's desire to go back. Again, I feel like every season has a challenge. Because now, like in this season that I'm in, I feel like now if I take a break from doing this and go back to school, because most probably that means having to leave the country to go to school. There are a lot of things to consider.
Yes.
I now have a husband, I have a family. I don't have kids, but I have a husband. And then there's this brand that has built, and then there are people who are depending on the brand. Yeah, I don't know, but I guess we'll figure it out.
Okay, which year would you say that you started building a community? Of course, you
Yeah.
have your own community. You call them cool
Kids.
Cool kids, exactly.
Yes.
Like you have your own community.
Yeah.
Which year did you start to realize, you know what,
Yeah.
like I'm building some fan base. There are
Yeah.
people who are waiting for my content too. When I
Yeah.
post, they are there to comment.
It's last year, 2023.
It is last year?
Yeah. And it actually came by, because guys would ask me, wait, so you don't have a name? So guys will tell me, call us Weekses. I'm like, what? And then at the time it felt crazy. Then actually last year, August, that's when I started calling guys cool kids. Reason being, I always wanted to be the coolest kid in the room, but I always say, what if all of us are cool in our own ways? You being here, you're so cool in your own way. The guys on the cameras and the lights, like everyone is cool in their own way. You really don't have to compare yourself to anyone. Sometimes, sometimes, I don't know, at the time when I'll get advice from people who look like they've made it, I'll be like, huyu ndo anaongea, but because you'll step out constantly out of the house going to look for a job, you go tarmac, nini, and you don't find work. But what if it starts with you believing in yourself, you being your number one hype man? Yeah, instead of you waiting for me to tell you how cool you are, what if you're already cool? Yeah.
Okay, as we speak right now, you have brands and actually big brands that you work with right now. Like, how did you end up, like, now getting such opportunities? Was it through your manager or just through your craft?
To be very honest, and I'm not bragging, I think I let my work speak for itself. Most of the brands that I've stuck with, sorry if it's not necessary, because in cut it out.
You can mention it.
I can mention. Most of the brands that I'm working with right now, they've been with me for years. So for like Fanta, we're clocking 4 years. For Samsung, it's 3 years this year. These are people who, like, when they give you work, you do a good job and they come back. Not doing mediocre work, and then accepting critique. Now having a team with me, that's the other thing. I was used to now Walter critiquing me, but having a team now critiquing my work, sometimes what I do won't be easy for all of them. So kuna mwenye atakatai, someone will refuse this. So having a team means all of us sitting together. We take brainstorm sessions very seriously. So yeah.
So you have to agree to agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We, even if we don't agree, because I mean, understanding that we all mean well and we all want the best, but how we get there, maybe everyone has their own way. There's a thing we say at the office, like, so it got to a point, because when we were starting out, we would collide a lot. So now we've divided our work, like everyone knows their work. You're in the editing team, work on music, work on creation team. Yeah.
Okay, so the whole of this story, like, I would say it took you longer to realize what you wanted to pursue, or to stop comparing yourself. Like, what would you tell somebody who maybe has the same problem, keeps comparing themselves? What would you tell them?
Yeah. You know, it's not easy, like telling people to stop comparing themselves, because even me, I understand some days I find myself comparing myself to people. Like, it's even easy for me to think, see, if I'm in YouTube, if 4 days later she has 100K subscribers, and then me, I try out, and 1 week I'm still trying to get to 100 subscribers. In a world where constantly comparison happens online, I would tell them, understanding that it doesn't happen overnight, and it's a step-by-step process. Like, it's not instantly, like pole too. There's something I say, and I don't know if people agree with me, but me, it worked for me. Like, if I find myself comparing myself to you, Eve, me, I mute you. I'll mute you on Instagram. I'll mute your stories, I'll mute your posts. It sounds like I'm selfish and harsh, but it's going to help me. And then once I feel like I'm in a better place, I will come back and unmute you. I don't know if it makes sense.
Okay, so would you say that till now you've not yet gotten over the issue of comparing yourself?
Yeah. I feel like
you're still struggling with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Slowly but surely I'm getting there. It's like imposter syndrome. If you're out there and you don't compare yourself to, if you don't have imposter syndrome, please let me know how you got over it. Sometimes it feels like if you don't have imposter syndrome, then you're the imposter. you know, like, maybe it's just me, but that's how I am. I would also say about comparing myself to other people. It made me hold back a lot of information, like from sharing with people. Like, guys would ask me, so how do you go about animating? Where do you get your inspiration? And I would never want to share, because I will feel, even with building my team, I would constantly feel, what if they come, take whatever they want, and then they leave, and then they start doing that. That's how it felt. Why are you laughing? You've been through that. You've been through that.
I know what you feel.
Yeah, so I don't know, that's how it felt, but I have to put some level of trust in them, and trust that we are all working together towards this and making Wix as a brand achieve so much more. Of late, I've been saying I might be the face, the face of Wix, the brand.
Yes.
But the hands working on this brand, we are so many. Yeah.
Okay, maybe as we conclude Wix, would you say right now you're at peace with yourself, especially with the fact that your mom left when she told you the issue of comparing yourself and you chasing your dreams. Would you say that right now you're in a better place, and if she was around, she would be happier?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I'm at a better place, and hard to admit, but she was right. She was right. Like, yeah, she was so right. Because it's now going to hit 5 years this year since she passed on. 5 years later, every award. 5 years later, 5 awards. Because of visual storytelling. Before, I'd never won an award because of computer science, because of coding. Other than the degrees, I had never won an award. And truly, honestly, I think I'm at peace. And yeah, I hope she's proud. Yeah, if it's true, people watch over us after death. Yeah.
Wow, thank you so much, Weeks.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Sharing your story. It's such
Yeah.
an inspiring story. Guys, I don't know what you think, but make sure you go out there on social media and check out Weeks' work. She's dope, guys. I'm telling you, she's so talented. Go and follow her on social media platforms. Unajita Weeks.
Yes,
Mangutha,
Weeks.
everywhere.
Weeks _ Mangutha on all social media platforms.